everyone, my name is Kerrigan Polson. I want to talk to you today about something that we are all familiar with, and that is stress. Literally none of us are excluded from being able to relate to this topic. We've all been in stressful situations. We are all college students having to worry and stress about getting good grades and paying for our tuition, as well as other things that are happening in our lives at the same time, like being married or having kids or working a job at the same time as going to school. And so throughout this speech, I'm going to talk about what stress exactly is, the negative effects of stress and what it can do to our body and mind, and the ways that we can better manage our stress and have a lower stress level in our overall lives. Stress is nicknamed the silent killer because it is linked to the 6 leading causes of death in the world today. And so I hope that as I give this speech that you can take something away and learn how you can better manage your stress. So what is stress? Stress, according to the Oxford dictionaries, is defined as a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. There are 2 main types of stress, and there is positive and negative stress. In this speech, I'm going to focus mainly on negative stress because that is the stress that causes the hindrance in our routine or takes a toll on the mind and body. Certain factors that contribute to the feeling of distress are called stressors. And stressors are different for everyone depending on what kind of situation or circumstance you're in or what period of life that you're in. Some examples of stressors may be going on a first date or a job interview or getting a good grade on a test and studying for the test. Those are all stressors that increase our stress level. And when we do have that increased stress level, it affects our body and our mind. There are physical effects, and some of the physical effects, like I mentioned earlier, are the 6 leading causes of death that stress is linked to. And some of those are high blood pressure or heart disease or strokes, but there are some minor physical effects as well, such as headaches or stomach pain. And then there are psychological effects that we may feel. Some major ones may be anxiety or depression, and then some minor ones might just be irritability or anger. And then as well, there are specific quirks that pertain to us and how we deal with stress personally, and that might be craving a certain food, sleeping more or sleeping less, or like biting our nails and things like that. So stress does have a negative effect on our lives if we let it and if we respond negatively. And although it is inevitable that we are going to feel stress in our lives, that is something that we all have in common, right? But something that we can do to take action and to overpower or reduce our stress is just our attitude and maybe some slight alterations in our lifestyle or in our routine that can give us some stress relief. And so some examples of that might just be the amount of sleep that we get, the amount of exercise that we have, maybe a change in our diet, or there are certain things that, again, like the way that we deal with stress, like biting our nails, that kind of things. There are things that we can do that might work better for us to reduce stress, like writing in our journal might work for someone, or taking a nap, or watching their favorite television when they get home from work to wind down. There are definitely things that we can do to manage our stress. And a lot of that is really just finding the root of our stress, or figuring out our priorities, or being comfortable with our feelings and not just pushing it to the side or suppressing it and then blowing up later with a big panic attack. So definitely take the time to get to know yourself and figure out what works best for you. If you need to sign up for a yoga class or take a few minutes in the morning to meditate, or just really make that effort to go outside and spend time in nature, those are all important things that can lower our stress level. Stress will always try to sneak into the most important moments of our lives and scare us away from doing things that we want to do, or making us insecure about who we are. But let us push through hard challenges and change with self-confidence and security as we strive to manage our stress in healthy ways. And I just want to thank you all for listening and letting me take the time to inform you a bit on the negative effects of stress. And I hope that you've all learned a thing or two that you can apply it into your lives, because it really is a big problem in the world today, and it's something that we're just all going to face. And so it is really important that we know how to manage it and how to appropriately face it when it comes. So thank you all. Hope you have a good night.